It is with feelings of greatest happiness and emotion that I send you my greeting. August the 15th is the birthday of the independent and sovereign state of Pakistan.
Good morning, happy Independence Day, and welcome to Breakfast at Dawn. I'm Naveen Naqvi, and it is Friday, the 14th of August, 2009. It's a great day, and we have a fantastic program for you with a stellar lineup of guests. We're going to start off on a bit of a nostalgic note, because to be proud of who you are, you need to know where you came from. For that, we have Professor Shariful Mujahid, who is seen as the authority on Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. And we also have Barrister Shahida Jameel, not only the granddaughter of Hussain Shahid Suhrawardi, but a champion of Pakistanis in her own right. And from there, we will bridge. Oh, they're with us now in the studio, if you can just see. Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast at Dawn. Happy Independence Day.
Same to you.
Before we start chatting, let me just tell you what the rest of the program is. From there, we will bridge our past and our present by talking to retired General Moinuddin Haider, former Interior Minister. In these troubled times, he will analyze for us Pakistan's security as it stands now. Also, he'll tell us a little bit from his own experiences as a soldier. And then, for some light-hearted fun, we'll pay tribute to our heroes who have put Pakistan on the map for their excellence in sport. Hockey champion Samiullah played a key role in winning an Olympic medal for our team, and he's going to be in our studio. And to end the program, we will look to the future. And when you meet our guests, you will be as sure as I am that Pakistan's future is bright. As bright as these two young bloggers, Sana Saneem and Faisal Kapadia. They made the world see Pakistan yesterday by putting us on the trending topics of Twitter, on the internet. Throughout all of this, our correspondents are everywhere, all over Pakistan, to bring you reports on how the nation is celebrating Independence Day. But first, let me remind you of our email address to tell us how much you love this special program. Write in on breakfast@dawnnews.tv. We do love to hear from you. And you can always watch us live on the internet on dawn.com or look up archived episodes of Breakfast at Dawn, including this one, on YouTube. Also, I am the only Pakistani TV presenter to take your questions live on air via Twitter. You know you have a voice on Breakfast at Dawn. So you can always do that, or you can text in on 6622. The format is DBD, and that's your message and your name and your city. All right, now let's, I'm going to quickly go through the newspaper nuggets because I don't want to, keep the two guests waiting for too long. I'm just going to do Dawn first. I'll just show you what the front page is looking like. If you see this morning's Dawn, then there's a very colorful picture here, and it's very heartening as well, this picture, because it comes from Mingora. And you can see that the town's main bazaar is decorated for Independence Day. And you can see that people are in shops. So that's, yeah, that's a happy picture. Then we have far-reaching FATA reforms unveiled. That came from President Asif Ali Zardari yesterday from Islamabad. We have a headline saying jubilation in Swat over newly won liberation. So it indicates that there's a twofold kind of happiness and joy for the Swatis. Then we have 13 militants killed in Orakzai airstrikes in between all of that. Okay, let's go on now to the Daily Times. That's right. And I'm going to show you what the front page of the Daily Times is. We've got Kiani here. That's General Kiani, our army chief, who says, "We are fighting terrorism, not religion." That's their main headline. Then they've also got a picture of Parvez Musharraf, the former president, who says, "I'll be back." And right next to that, we have Zardari, Obama, Brown to co-chair FODP. That's the Friends of Democratic Pakistan conference that is going to be held in New York in September. So that's their front page. We've got the news next. And here we have a picture of Islamabad. The President House says it was decorated for Independence Day. Their main headline is also President Zardari saying that he allows political activities in the federally administered tribal areas. Then they also talk about this story that they have been pursuing for about a week now about the sugar price hike. and the Lahore High Court is in there on that story. And then there's the Prime Minister's statement saying, "Perform now or perish forever," the Prime Minister tells MPs. Finally, I'm going to show you the Urdu newspaper Jung. Now, it's important to see what this very widely read newspaper is saying, the Urdu publication. The banner headline is the Army Chief Kayani, who's saying no one should underestimate the Pakistan Army. That's what they're highlighting today. And then the main headline is Prime Minister Gilani, who is defending democracy and parliament in the main headline. In the banner headline, we have President Zardari, who says that the nation and the parliament are united in their defense of democracy. So those were our newspaper nuggets, and now let's get to it. As I said earlier, to take pride in who you are now, you must look to your roots. Without self-reflection and self-criticism, there can be no progress. At least that's what I think. Professor Shariful Mujahid was an associate of Muhammad Ali Jinnah and participated in the independence movement as a very young man. He has been quoted as saying that Pakistan was a direct result of Jinnah's bold and enchanting promise to restore political power to the Muslims of South Asia. Barrister Shahida Jamil comes from a family of luminaries. Her maternal grandfather, Hussain Shahid Suhrawardi's role in Pakistan's independence is undisputed. He was known to be a friend and favorite of Jinnah's. He later served as Prime Minister of the country. But Barrister Jamil is recognized for her own contributions to Pakistan. As a believer in human rights, she has been Minister of Women's Development, and as a lawyer, she has been Minister of Law. They're both with us now, live in our Karachi studio, as you know, because I've already introduced them. Good morning. Once again. All right. Now, my first question is to you, Professor, and if I may be just allowed to look at my notes, I would just ask you. It's so important. You know, I feel in these troubled times that we are in right now, to appreciate how Pakistan was created, what it meant to the people who were part of the movement. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, Pakistan was created by Qaid-e-Azam and his lieutenants. It's not just Qaid-e-Azam. Qaid-e-Azam also needed, even though he was Qaid-e-Azam, he needed a team. You see, no leader can work without a team. After all, he decides upon the policy, devises a policy, devises strategies, but the implementation has to be done by the team, by his principal lieutenants. And Pakistan was conceived as a democratic polity, and above all, as a social welfare state. The Qaid is on record as having said that I'm not going to make the rich richer and the poor poorer. You see, I have so much, and I don't have to run about turning my blood into water, you see. And I'm thinking of how these people who don't have 2 square meals a day get a better life, get a better standard of living and all that. You could easily remember, you could also remember that in November, December 1947, when he went to inaugurate the Burma oil mills, he, for the first time, he pointed out to the proprietors, I hope you have provided for the education of the children of the workers and housing, proper housing. Remember 1947, no one spoke of, providing housing and education in those days. So Pakistan was primarily and above all conceived as a social welfare state where the standard of living would be raised and people would lead a better economic and a fuller and more rich cultural life. You see. That's
okay.
The main aim.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break now, but when I come back from the break, I'm going to ask you, Barrister, if you think that that actually happened. All right? Okay, well, we're going to take a very short break right here, but we are going to come back and talk some more to our very distinguished guests. Stay with us here on Breakfast at Dawn.